guys, and welcome to a Friday night edition of the Drop Zone. Different time of the week for us due to commitments with Arsenal, who won at the weekend. So we're here tonight. We're not going to do our usual thing and review SmackDown and Raw. We've got a lot to talk about with Mania, so we're going to go into reviewing WrestleMania, previewing it, and then grabbing predictions. Also, if anybody's in the chat, you would like to give your predictions, feel free. We can discuss them as well. But first thing I should do is introduce my wonderful panel, looking at the Spirit Squad tonight, I must say. We'll start off with Jill. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Just had a busy week trying to get prepared for Mania, knowing that I'm probably not going to sleep this weekend.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the troubles of being a UK WWE fan, eh?
Yeah.
Craig, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, all good, thank you, mate. Yeah, excited for the weekend. You good?
Yeah, all good, mate. Ready to go. Snacks in the cupboard, all set.
Oh, yeah, they're all stocked up, mate.
And Ollie, first time debut on the show. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, welcome, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm pretty good, mate. Had a busy week, but now ready for Mania, so let's do it.
Would you watch it just yourself, or did your family all get involved as well?
No, they're not like me. They do all their own thing, so
they
just me. My brother used to, but he fell out of love with it, unfortunately. But never mind.
At least you're still going strong, mate. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, still going strong.
And Abdi, how are you doing, mate? You okay?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. How's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. You all set for Mania?
Yeah, ready to rock and roll. Prepared. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully no weird connection issues or that's unstable. Just nice and peaceful, smooth sailing, hopefully. And yeah, ready to enjoy it.
Excellent. And Tariq, yourself, all ready for Mania?
Yeah, I've been ready since Monday. I'm so excited.
Top man.
Do you do it with the family, or do they watch with you, or watch in the morning?
No, it's usually just myself. The kids don't like wrestling. I took one of my daughters to AEW last year. She hated it. I tried to get her into it, but it's just me, unfortunately.
Excellent. Just say a couple of hellos. We've got Addy in the chat. Hey man, how you doing? Welcome in. New viewer as well. How you doing? El Smuggo's in as well. How you doing, mate?
Smuggo.
Evening, both.
He's managed to pull himself away from Football Manager to come and join the stream.
That's a hard feat to do, I'm telling you.
It is indeed. It's very much appreciated, mate. I know how challenging it is to get away from that game. And Addy's got his alcohol ready. He's buzzing with the Arsenal win and WrestleMania. Yeah, we'll get a double one on Saturday. We'll be happy.
Good lad.
So yeah, let's kick straight into it. So WrestleMania, 2 nights. First night was it 7 matches? Second night, 6 matches. I don't know the order they're going to be in, as I'm not working behind the scenes. So we'll just go in whatever order I've got them set as. So I'll start with you, Ollie. Seeing this is your first time debut on the show. The first match I've got here to preview is the Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, and Santos Escobar.
Yeah, lots of personal in this match.
Yeah,
very personal.
Just go through it, mate. Like, did you? This only just happened, didn't it? Recently, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, and then on Raw as well. What do you make of the match, and what do you see happening?
I think it's going to be a very high-flying match. You know, we know what the Mysterios are like. We know what Dragon Lee's like. But yeah, like I say, it's going to be a very personal match. I think emotions running high and all that. But it could be a good match. One I'll look forward to, definitely. So.
And Abdi, do you see this as a closing Dominic Mysterio and Rey thing, or is there a trilogy involved in this, do you feel?
Yeah, this same. I don't think this is where it finishes. I think this is where you kind of need to put the pin in it with the LWO stuff and Legado stuff, and maybe, unless they plan on doing like what I was actually expecting, I think a lot of people expecting faction v faction with like maybe a 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 or something like that. But I feel like with other matches on the card, I feel like they're like, we'll just cut it down and probably do 2-on-2 instead. But I think it will be a continue. Rey and Dominic will continue as long as it takes, really, and until I think Rey retires. So we will have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it will continue.
And Tariq, where do you see Dominic fitting in now with the Judgment Day? We've seen over the past couple of weeks he's not been, as Rhea put it, communicating with the guys in the Judgment Day. And we saw on a Raw this week that Santos Escobar was playing with Damian Priest darts. Where do you feel this whole situation is going? Is it Dominic going to break away and join Legado del Fantasma, or is this just the end of the Judgment Day? How do you feel?
No, I think what he might do is Judgment Day is coming to an end very soon, so I think he's going to latch himself to one of Andrade or Santos, sort of keep that Latino type thing going. But I've got a weird theory. I love my swerves and heel turns.
Mm-hmm.
From SmackDown, when Dragon Lee was introduced, everyone thought Carlito was going to be Ray's partner. And his face, it looked like that dope who'd thought he would get the pick but didn't. I'm not thinking there might be a swerve at WrestleMania, and Dominic might join Carlito. So you never know with that.
Yeah. Did Craig, have you got any thoughts on the match and how you think? Who do you think will go over?
I kind of agree where Tarek's going. The way that Carlito looked so disappointed that he thought Ray was talking about him, that he was going to be the guy to tag with Ray, and then it wasn't. I think there's something to that. We always see Carlito come out. He's never in the LWO gear. Is he officially in it? Is he not? I saw some other stuff. X is a wonderful rabbit hole of amazement. I saw a few things going around that people think Dominic may stick up for his dad. If his dad gets a beating, it could be the point where that's what gets him out of the Judgment Day, because he sides with his dad. Might be a bit far-fetched, that one, but I personally think that Santos and Dominic might win it.
Just welcoming Mr. Tom as well in the chat. He's saying Carlito is so turning heel. Jill, where do you see this going? And do you think this is the end of Dominic, obviously, in Judgment Day? Do you feel, is it Dragon Lee getting the step up to be Ray's replacement?
I don't know. It feels very rushed, I must admit, because the way they were going, I genuinely thought it would be the big 5-on-5 tag match or something like that. So for it to be what it is, I'm a bit shocked. Part of me wants it to be like the last match between Dom and Ray, but I like the story. However, the way the Judgment Day is looking, I'm not sure they're going to last much longer. So it might make sense for Dom to go off and do something else.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I feel Dom's such a great heel. He can't even speak on the mic, He gets booed out of the arena.
Even happened at his wedding, didn't it?
Exactly, yeah. That was great.
It's fantastic.
So if they turn him now, I just think it would be a major waste on the character that they've built for this time. But it'd be interesting to go. So, yeah, we'll run around the predictions. I'll go with Dominic and Santos to win this one. Jill?
I'm leaning Dominic and Santos.
Craig?
Yeah, so.
Ollie?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards that as well, to be perfectly honest.
Abdi?
It's a sweep. Dominic Santos.
Tariq?
Yeah, I'm in the group as well.
Full house.
I'll go back and rewatch the show and I'll make sure I jot everyone's down so we know who wins at the predictions and we come back on. Right, the next match, another match that was just put together, literally on SmackDown. Jade Cargill made her long-awaited debut. She signed her contract in the middle of the ring, and we thought that was it, didn't we? I didn't think none of us thought she would come back out. Well, I didn't personally. But we've got this match. It's a wonder it's not for the titles. It's a weird one. Start with you, Craig. How do you feel this one's going to go?
I mean, I think this is one that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. I felt was possibly going to happen. Jade Cargill, being teased in that little run-in she had with EO. I just had a feeling that if EO and Bayley were in the title picture, they were going to need, if what's her face, Naomi and Bella needed that help, then Cargill was going to be the only option I saw. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. I can only see Cargill, Bianca and Naomi personally. I think it's a chance. But then do we maybe at the end of the match something happens and we have a standoff between Belair and Cargill, because that's kind of where people want to see that go. So that would be interesting to see how that ends. Or it could be maybe they lose and there's that standoff because one blames the other for the loss.
Yeah. I mean, Tariq, just want to touch on the women's tag titles. it's the only championship not being defended at Mania. What is, I know we don't know all the answers, but in your opinion, what is going on with them titles? And can you see a team facing them for them and taking it off them, or is it just dead in the water at the moment?
I think with, to be honest, with the tag titles, the Kabuki Warriors are sort of the best team. That is actually I think everyone else is just two wrestlers put together and just sort of mishmash and so on. So I think they probably don't want to take the titles off the Kabuki Warriors right now. I mean, I've said on previous ones that Bianca and Jade Cargill should go for the titles and then have dissension down the line, and then that's where their feud begins. But I think that keep it on the Warriors for a while, because I don't think they'll defend it.
And Abdi, I'll go to you the next one. Do you see this as a stepping stone for Jade? This is the match to put Jade Cargill out there. Is it to build her more than anybody else in this match?
Yes and no at the same time. It's a way to really get a lot of talented women on the card at the same time. You know, the whole damage control stuff. It has ups and downs. You know, and it's a good match for them to be in. And I feel like there's a direction everyone sort of assumed things would be going in. I get that people may have thought they may have defended the tag titles. That might have been a possibility if things didn't work out in a certain direction. Maybe if the Kota wasn't ready yet, but thankfully she is. As for Jade, it's the perfect sort of match for her to sort of get her feet wet, get in there. It showcases her best qualities rather than highlight any of her flaws. We haven't really seen her compete in like a traditional match setting yet, other than the Royal Rumble, which was another great match to really like showcase her strengths. But yeah, we'll get to see some of the stuff that she's been working on, and she looked good when she came out. And you asked me last week, sort of thing, would you see this be in the direction they're going in, and do you think it's possible for them to do exactly what they're doing? And I said exactly what I thought they'd do literally last week, which is cool, and I'm looking forward to that match. I'm happy for Bianca. I'm happy for Naomi. I'm happy for Jade. I'm happy that they all get an opportunity, and happy for damage control. You know, it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match. I see what people are saying in terms of the dissension potentially, but that's something for down the line. Yeah.
Cool. And Ollie, was you a fan of Jade Cargill in AEW? Did you watch any of her stuff over there? I'm not sure if you watched.
To be honest, no, I've never seen her wrestle, so I can't comment on that, to be honest. But she looks in good shape. So, I mean, you guys may have seen her. I haven't. But with, like you were saying about the tag titles, since Bayley's been kicked out, it just feels like that the tag titles have just taken a back seat for the time being, whilst this is all carried on with EO. I mean, I know we'll talk about that. That's a match I'm looking forward to as well.
Yeah.
But this match almost feels like it's been thrown together quite quickly just to get them in a match. Yeah. It will still probably be good, but feels like a filler, to be honest, to me. Might be wrong, but
it does feel, because it's been thrown together. I mean, we mentioned it last Wednesday,
yeah.
And then literally 2 days later on SmackDown, they made
there it is. Yeah.
They were watching.
To be fair, I feel like they were building towards it though. Like, it doesn't feel as thrown together. It's because it's been sort of slowly building. You had the little thing with Jade and Io, as has been mentioned, and Naomi was getting beaten up. Bianca was getting beaten up. You know, they have been fighting against each other. So I wouldn't say it's been really thrown together. The match came together pretty quickly because it was the obvious direction, and you need to get to that point eventually. So yeah, I don't think it's thrown together, but it's good. It's good.
And Jill, just touching on the tag titles one last time, do you feel they need to split them like they're potentially going to do with the men's titles? Do you think we need a Raw women's tag team and a SmackDown women's tag team? Is there enough teams for that?
I was going to say, I don't think there's enough women's tag teams at all, because the tag team division is just, we'll throw them together this week for no apparent reason. And they need to develop it, or they get rid of the tag titles for the women altogether at the moment and bring like a mid-card championship in like the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Something is needed because there's so many women, but there's such a gap, and the tag titles don't fill that gap, in my opinion. But yeah, it's another match that feels very thrown together, very like they've done it just because they felt they had to. There's no. I get where they've come from, but it hasn't landed very well with me, should I say? You know.
Okay, well, we'll jump straight into the predictions. I'll start with Jill. I'll start with you first. What were your predictions for the match?
I think the Naomi, Jade, and Bianca team will win. It makes sense for them to win.
Craig?
Yeah, the same.
Same. Ollie?
I'm going to go different. I'm going to go Damage Control.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good. Abdi?
Yeah, they're gonna get that big win for Jade and keep their undefeated Bianca streak going. And it's good for Naomi as well.
Cool. And Tariq?
Yeah, I think with Cargill signing her up after so long to lose at WrestleMania, that will be that's like a no-no really. So I think it'll be a dominant win for the Cargill, Belair, and Naomi.
I'm going to go with Ollie, actually. I think Damage Control might steal it. It'll be like a cheating sort of win. I've got a feeling Jay Cargill might get pinned by a cheat, something like that, and then it'll build towards something. But we'll see. Mr. Tom thinks Jay Cargill will get priority and go over, which is obviously why she signed. Maybe we'll see what happens anyway. But you can never tell WrestleMania. That's the good thing about it. Where we can sit here and predict all we want, but we know what WWE is like, and that's Swerve.
I will quickly say I do feel bad for Asuka. She's never really won at Mania, and it feels like she might not win again this year. As sad as it is, she's phenomenal. She deserves to get some wins at Mania, but yeah. Especially 34. That was a piece of poo.
She should have won that match.
Yeah. Right, we're going to the next one, which is the huge tag team match where it's been hotly rumoured that the titles will split, as we heard over the weekend via, was it Nick Aldis that said that both titles have to be taken down? Or was it Adam?
They said on Raw.
Monday.
Yeah, that was it on Raw. I'll start with you, Ollie. Again, it's going to be a high octane match, and there's going to be high spots everywhere.
Definitely. Again, any kind of these ladder matches have really got to live up to the times of the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian, which set the bar. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm hoping it's just going to be carnage. To be honest, I just want to see tables that even as well, ladders, just bodies everywhere. That's what I like these matches. Just carnage.
If we can get anything close to what we had with Dudley Boys, Edge, and Hardys,
exactly. I think that's what they'll go for. They'll leave it all in the ring.
Cool. Because it's such a big match and so many people, I'll go straight in with the predictions anyway. So I'll start with you, Ollie, again. Who you predicting to take the Raw and take the SmackDown?
I don't know. This is difficult. I think maybe Johnny Gargano and Ciampa may win one. And maybe Pete Dunne as well, and what's his face? Maybe them two, perhaps. But it's so hard to predict. Well, I think the Judgment Day will drop.
Yeah.
Like you were saying about the Judgment Day before, I think it could be coming to an end. They're going to lose out. Again, this will be something for later. I think there will be a cash-in this weekend. And I think that'll be part of losing that title. So that's definitely what I think will happen. They will drop. So.
Cool. I'll just put the teams up again to remind us. So I'm going to go with DIY as well to take the titles because they've never had a match at Mania. I just feel it's their time. And I'm going to go for the New Day as well, just to grab the other one. So be interesting to see.
Interesting.
Jill?
I think the way they're going to play it is R-Truth will climb the ladder, only grab one set of belts, giving somebody, say, like the New Clash Republic, the chance to grab the others, and that's how they're going to split them. That's my hope, anyway.
Cool. Craig?
Yeah, I don't know who's winning which one because obviously so many people, Cody, if he wins, does he go to SmackDown? So, just because the team's on Raw doesn't mean they can't grab the SmackDown ones and vice versa. So I think I'm going R-Truth, Miz, and DIY.
Cool. Abdi?
So I do feel like they will do the split thing, and I'm similar to Jill. I'm saying Awesome Truth and New Catch Republic, and I feel like the Raw and SmackDown thing will be dropped, and I think they're going to give completely new belts and probably go WWE Tag Team titles and the World Tag Team titles.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah. Tariq?
Yeah, I'm the same as Abdi and Jill. I think that the new catch will take the SmackDown titles first, and then what'll happen is R-Truth will get the feel good, his first WrestleMania win at the very end, and pull down the Raw tag titles. So it'll be the new catch will win and then disappear, and then R-Truth and Miz will get their chance to shine at the very end.
Okay. Interesting. And yeah, Mr. Thomas saying here, Miz and Truth and New Catch Republic, terrible team name. Yes, we're all agreeing here on that one.
Yes.
It's a Pete Dunne thing.
Yeah, it's a Pete Dunne thing, of course, like Butch. But yeah, it's that's a good predictions there. Keep them coming as well in the chat. And then next match is potentially could be the match of the Saturday. To be fair, the brothers, the Uso brothers, go 1-on-1. It's a match.
Is opening the show tomorrow night.
Is opening the show. Rumor is
Apparently.
I think it might be Rhea Becky.
Oh, I read online it was this, but
it'll probably be either one of those ones. Who knows? We have to wait and see. But yeah,
it should be a good one. But Craig, you looking forward to seeing the two brothers go at it finally?
Yeah, mate. Like this has just got the feels of like Brett and Owen, Jeff and Matt. Like just that big finally, and that they battered the absolute shite out of each other as kids.
Yeah.
So they're just going to go at it. They are both going to want to put on one of the most amazing matches of their careers. I think, definitely match of night one. I think easily got to be a contender. I see it just being fast paced and I just think it's going to be a really, really good match.
That's just your question. We'll get to that when we get to that match. I'm sure we'll have a lot to say on the Rock and Roman. And El Smago E is buzzing for that, the Uso brothers. Ollie, do you think we'll see any other Usos come out the woodwork? There is so many of them floating around.
There's probably more than we know, isn't there?
There's literally everywhere.
I mean, yeah, I think this is going to be a slugfest, like Nighty said. I hope it is just, high flying slugfest, beat the holy hell out of each other. I do think they will be involved in the match later in the night as well, obviously on respective sides. So maybe that match might be earlier in the night, give them time to recover from killing each other. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And I'm going to say yeet with that one for my prediction, if that makes sense.
And Abdi, do you think WWE have missed a trick here, or they might still do it with having Rikishi somewhere involved in this match?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I feel like they could do something. I feel like it's a very bloodline heavy weekend anyway. So the only sort of Uso or bloodline member that I really see potentially getting involved is Solo. To be fair, I don't think they've done much in terms of building this one. I feel like there could have been a little bit more. Like they've done everything that they can do in terms of, what Jimmy's been costing him. It's been slowly trickling along, but I feel like it's just been missing a little bit more. And I feel like tonight we've got Jay versus Solo, so they might be able to do something that's like a last dash build up more for it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it will be decent, and we'll see who comes out as the winner.
And Tariq, obviously, they were such a huge tag team, probably one of the greatest of all time. Do you potentially see them being back together after this weekend, after Saturday and Sunday, if things go the way people are saying on X and these dirt sheets and stuff like that?
No, definitely not. I think what it is with the match itself, it's going to be, like everyone said, it's going to be probably match of the year candidate, 30 minutes of beating the hell out of each other. They've even said on interviews that their dream is just fighting each other with stiff punches, the whole lot. I don't think there'll be no interference. I'm hoping there's not. But Jay's on this run where I think if he gets the win, because he's so over with his merch selling, his bouncing on the ropes and the old what they do that, I think he's got the potential to be like a major champion this coming year. I think by SummerSlam,
And Jill, Mr. Tom here in the chat has put, he thinks Jimmy will win as Jay is so over and Jimmy needs it more. Do you agree with that, or do you feel Jay needs it more to elevate himself this year and get himself into the likes of Money in the Bank, etc.?
Sorry. I feel like Jay is still I feel like Jimmy is still far too entwined with the bloodline story, and the win won't give him as much as it would give Jay. I also think Jay deserves the win, and like was just said, I think he could be like Intercontinental US champion, that kind of level by the summer. He is so over. I've just seen, I don't know where it was posted, but he's posted a video of him with his son talking about something. I don't know where it was posted, but I've just seen it. So yeah, I think that should definitely happen. I do have a feeling some tricks are going to be thrown into this. I don't think it'll just be as simple as Jay versus Jimmy. Solo will probably be involved, and Rikishi has said he'll be there, so who knows? The ref gets taken out, Rikishi turns up. It's WWE, never know.
This is Mr. Tom's put a great thing in here. Owen beat Brett, Matt beat Jeff, so they always tend to go with the heel winning. But in this case,
that could be broken.
Yeah, it could be broken.
It's a good point, though. It's a good point.
But it'd be interesting. So yeah, we'll run around. I'm going to go with Jimmy. I've got a feeling it's going to be Jimmy. Jill?
No, Jay for me.
Craig?
Yeah, I'm going Jay.
Ollie?
Yeah, Jay. I'm going Jay.
Abdi?
I'm with you, Jonesy. Actually,
Ooh,
I'm going Jimmy.
That's a first, mate.
So the person who put the comment is similar to what I was thinking in terms of they tend to go with the heel brother. And I feel like it'd be a bigger win for Jimmy than it will for Jay, and I feel like Jay would be fine post Mania, and he can still continue. People still love him. People still adore him. That's not going to change. But for Jimmy, it kind of elevates his standing within the bloodline a little bit and gives him, I don't know, a little bit of a higher status, saying, "Oh, I won" or something. But yeah, so I feel like there'll be shenanigans. So
yeah, always shenanigans, mate. And
always.
I'm going Jay. Jay'll win it at the end, definitely.
Cool. And then we move on to another match. This match we saw on Raw, didn't we? It was basically like Rocky IV. If you've never
My head's gone now. I don't know what's going to happen.
If you've never watched Rocky IV, just watch that promo on Raw, then you'll get the gist of it. But yeah, and then when Gunther come out and he took out Chad Gable, distracted Sammy again, and then Sammy was getting up. I don't know. I just don't think Sammy's going to win this. I'll go with you, Craig. First of all, how do you see this one going, mate? It's a tough one.
I'm sticking to what I said a few weeks ago, that I felt that Chad would mentor him. That would give him a different direction, a different outlook on what he needs to do to finally beat Gunther. And I'm sticking to what I've said. I think, yeah, Sammy is my prediction. I think Gunther, he's done the reign. He's done it. If this is all meant to be a new era in wrestling and whatnot, why not have him drop it? Get him in the world heavyweight title picture, and sort of build on what he's already built with the Intercontinental. He can't be Intercontinental champion forever. So yeah, but this as well could be potentially up there with Jimmy and Jay as match of the night. Well, you could say that nearly about every match, but like this one genuinely could be very close between those two for match of the night. But I'm 100% sticking with Sammy.
Cool. And Jill, do you see Chad Gable being involved anywhere in this match, in his corner maybe, if Gunther's got Imperium? Or
I was going to say, I reckon he might have Chad in his corner. I don't know. I really want Sammy to win. I think he really deserves it. Because technically, when you look back, he didn't actually lose the Intercontinental title back at the start of COVID. So technically speaking, he's never lost it. So I think he should get the win, but I could see why they might stick with Gunther. I just feel Gunther's getting a bit stale now. It's been going on for so long. And if Sammy and Chad can't beat him, who's going to? I don't see another challenger really. So,
Ollie, what's your thoughts on Gunther? Has he got the mic skills? We've definitely got the talent. There's no question about that. The guy's built like a brick shithouse, as Rob Holden would say. But yeah, where do you see Gunther 2024 going?
I like him. Do I think he'll drop it this weekend? I really don't know. I'm wondering if Chad Gable may turn heel and screw Sammy over.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see it, but it's just something that niggles. You know, the way he wanted to win that match, the fight. He wanted to be in this match. What's the best way to get back at him? Get in his corner, get on his side, and then screw him over. But yeah, with Gunther, I think he needs to drop it. I think he could go on to bigger things, and hopefully he will. Whether it's alone or with the rest of Imperium, I don't know. But they seem to be a little bit split at the moment, almost. But I think he could go on his own.
Cool. And Abdi, what's your thoughts on the match? And can you see Sammy getting a win here?
So I'm sort of split with the whole thing now. Before I was fully just saying Gunther probably, but slowly but surely they're sort of turning me to think it could be a possibility of Sammy winning. I'm not tired of Gunther's reign. I feel like it has still got legs to continue. I feel like he's far and away the best wrestler in the company, and he always puts on consistently banger matches. And I know some of you said Jimmy versus Jay might be match of the year and all that stuff. It might do. I personally don't see it that way. That's my own opinion, but I think this one is more likely to be, if any is going to be a match of the year contender, it'd probably be this one, with both of them being two technically good wrestlers. Essentially, I feel like it would have been even more with Chad, and I would have loved to see Chad, but yeah, it's gonna be expected to be a lot of Gunther beating the piss out of him essentially, and Sammy trying to fight back. That's the way I see it. They're trying to build him as the underdog, and yeah, we'll see if he gets crowned and comes out successful. Or will it be an Apollo Creed situation?
Well, we know one thing for sure. Sammy's chest will look like a piece of ham when he's slapped it about.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, Tariq, do you see anything different in the match? You see anybody else coming in and interfering, maybe, or
no? I with the match, I think Chad Gable will be there in Sammy's corner. I was undecided of which way this match is going to go, but I'm sort of leaning towards Gunther's title reign remaining for a while now. I think what'll happen is shades of like in the olden days, Bob Backlund versus Bret Hart with Owen Hart and the throw the towel match sort of thing. It'll be like this, where Sammy's going to be a proper underdog, fight for everything. Could be one where he's struggling, he gets put in a submission hold, he doesn't give up, and then Chad Gable throws a towel in. It could be something like that, maybe because he's thinking he can't do it, or it could be the heel turn. But we get with the actual Gunther's title reign. I think Tom's message that came up a few minutes ago, I sort of think Ilya Dragunov coming up is the sort of person who will take the title from Gunther, because they had that match in NXT, which was world class.
Yeah, that was a match.
and Gunther losing the title should mean something big. So I think with Dragunov showing that he did, that could elevate him when he comes in. But I'm not sure with Sammy right now. I don't think he actually needs a title.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll run around, grab the predictions. Then I know, Craig, you said Gunther, didn't you? I'm going Gunther.
No,
Sammy. I'll make sure I get that. Don't worry, you don't want to lose out by one.
Yeah. Edit it out if I get it wrong and go with the other one.
So, Sammy for Craig. I'm going Gunther. Jill?
I'm going Sammy.
Ollie?
I'm going to go Gunther.
Abdi?
Well, yeah.
It's a tough one, but I'm going to probably just edge it to Gunther.
And Tariq?
I'm going for the Ring General.
The Ring General.
Gunther!
And then the next match I've got here for prediction-wise, we've got Mami versus the Man. So this one's been quite built. We a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how it wasn't really being built enough, and then took one promo I think from Rhea mentioning Becky's daughter to get this one really going.
Yeah.
Tariq, I'll go to you first, mate. How do you see this one go? It's going to be a great match, to be fair. Two great athletes in the ring, and I don't think would anyone be disappointed with whoever wins this one.
No, not really. I think it's one of them ones where it's going to be a fight, a proper slobber, like it used to be called. It'll be like that, and especially with the way the daughter's been brought into it, it feels like it's personal, and especially on the MMA hour where it looked like they were probably going to kick off. I'm sort of, with this match, I don't think I'm bothered what happens. It could be one where this could be Rhea's sort of defining moment and she's beaten one of the very best. Or it could be something where Becky could win by cheating. So sort of like Johnny Bret Hart, Steve Austin double turn at WrestleMania 13, where Becky becomes the heel and Rhea becomes the face. It could be like that, but I'm sort of thinking it would be Rhea just winning it, a dominant. Well, it'd be a fight, but then she'll win with her riptide, probably off the top rope or something like
that. Craig, do you feel Rhea needs the Judgment Day now? She's too much established, I reckon, to be in that fact anymore. Or do you feel
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she needs. I think if she steps away and she was to retain, I think that proves her dominance. Even if she doesn't retain, I think she's still up there. She's in the picture. She doesn't need the Judgment Day to get a good promo or to get on the telly. But I can't change. All these videos every week are on the net now, and I've stuck with Becky this whole time. I've just got a feeling. I've said all along. I think I was the only one out of everybody else, I think, who thinks Becky's going to win it. But I'm sticking to my guns. Yeah, I think it'll be a great match. They're proper going to go at it. I kind of like Tarek said about the riptides. I think it might be the other way round. The manhandle slam off the top rope. That might be maybe she tries it originally and there's a kick out, so she knows she's got to go that one step further. But yeah, I'm sticking with Becky.
Cool. And Jill, where do you see this one going? Do you have any thoughts and feelings how it could?
I'm really undecided on this one because I love both Becky and Rhea. I love them both for different reasons. I really like the thought process of doing the double heel, the double turn, similar to what they were saying about Bret Hart and like Steve Austin. Like Rhea has very much been getting babyface reactions, whereas Becky hasn't been. I've noticed a shift in the cheers and the reactions to Becky lately. She used to be very much cheered, but it seems to be more focused on Rhea now, even though she's in the Judgment Day. So I don't think she needs them. I don't mind who wins, but I would quite like Rhea to win. I like Rhea. I think she's doing a really good job, and I think she'd make a really good babyface champion as well. So,
yeah. Ollie, do you feel Rhea could be a babyface? She hasn't really got technically the look, has she, of a babyface? It's more
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure, but I'd just like to see this match be clean. A clean finish. Just a really good match, back and forth. Like most of you said on here, you like them both. I like them both. Very talented performers. I think I would like Becky to win. I think Rhea will win, though. I think she will retain. But yeah, becoming a babyface, I'm not sure. Hard one to call.
I just hope Nia Jax stays in the back.
Everyone hopes she stays in the back.
Nah, she won't be in there. That'd be mad.
It's heavily Samoan bloodline built, mate. She's around.
Crazy.
Abdi,
I'm done if that happens. I'm done. I'll go to bed.
She comes out and pins Roman.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Abdi, if Becky does lose this match, where do you see her fitting in now and going? Is she going to have a rematch? Would it lead on to more, or where do you feel?
I do not know where Becky goes afterwards. I feel like if they I don't know if they'll do a draft soon. Maybe they might shake things up and switch up the rosters, and maybe she can go after the WWE Women's Champion potentially and face a new crop of talent. But there is the elephant in the room. Her contract's up in 2 months. Is she going to stay and continue and re-sign, or is she going to decide to be like, I've done everything that I can. I'm going to go and make more money and do a different schedule and work with different talent. But I don't know. I don't see Becky leaving. I don't see Becky leaving.
No.
It'd be weird if she did. Because I think Seth will stay, and I feel like they for the sake of their child, they'll stay together instead of working different companies. But yeah, I don't know where Becky goes. It's going to be an interesting one, regardless of whatever happens, because she done the whole NXT thing. She worked with Trish, So what is next for her? We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
We do. Right, so I'll start off. I'll go with Rhea. Jill?
I don't mind, but I'd like Rhea to win.
Craig, you said
Becky. I've got to, otherwise someone will point out that I said Becky and change my mind. Yeah.
Ollie?
As I said, yeah, Rhea.
Rhea.
I'd say Rhea's retaining.
Abdi?
Yeah, I've easy decision I've been stuck on for months, since probably before Royal Rumble and all that. Rhea, and I feel like she's holding it for a long while yet.
Cool. And Tariq?
Great.
Yeah, I'm going Rhea as well.
Excellent. So pretty much a clean sweep except for Craig.
That's me losing a point.
I think we get for Rhea. I think we're getting Liv as the program afterwards, leading into Backlash and stuff. So that's why I'm saying it makes more sense for Rhea. I feel like she still has a lot to do. And you can possibly get Bianca Rhea next year, that the long reign, the 2-year reign of Rhea versus the undefeated streak of Bianca. That's a potential Mania main event there.
Definitely.
Good show.
I was going to say, or maybe you leave it on Rhea for a bit, and then Becky wins at Clash at the Castle, but she's Irish. Would it make sense? I don't know.
We'll see if she's even there by then. That's the middle of June.
That's true. And the only thing, Seth might be taking a break if he loses as well. Will they take a break together, maybe, or something like that?
Yeah, it sounds like they could take a break together, and then because she's become a bit sort of not stale, but after she loses, where does she, like you said, where does she go? Yeah. So come back at say SummerSlam.
She has said in interviews she'd never work for another company, only WWE.
A few of them have said that.
Yeah, I know.
I think Edge said that once, and
now you got him doing rah-rah speeches.
He is, yeah. AEW's great. Come and join.
What a tool.
So we move into the main event for night one. And what a tag team match. This is one of them tag team matches that you play on video games. You can only dream about seeing, especially when Cody left and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is the sort of game tag team match I played on my PS2 all the way back as a kid.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hell of a match. I'll start with you, Craig. It's like you don't know where do you start with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So much milk. He's literally go for it, mate.
I'm hoping The Rock didn't pull anything with his overselling the other night.
Whipping the referee.
I think this is going to be a great match. I don't think it's going to be up there with Gunther and Sammy or Jay or Jimmy, but I still think it's going to be the hype, the entrances, are going to be the dog bollocks. Like, they're going to be so good. I think it's going to be a great match. I don't know if it will be this match where the Bloodline get involved, because they might not want to risk that DQ and having that one-on-one versus, for Roman and Cody on night 2. I think we might see more of the involvement from the Bloodline in night 2. I do feel, however, the final boss and the Tribal Chief are gonna win it to set up that Bloodline rules for night 2.
Tweet, I think that's what we want to see, though. We want to see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes in the Bloodlines. We saw a snippet of what it could be like on Raw with tables and chairs and weapons. I think that's what that match needs. It can't be a clean match with a DQ and a count out.
No, I think with the if it was a clean match, I don't think there'll be much interest. There'll be interest for it because it's a main event and it's some of the Cody crybabies like we are. like being Abdi. We want to see him Abdi. But the thing is, the actual bloodline where there'll be tables, they'll be using belts as well, whipping each other, and it means that they can make like a 20-minute match where stuff happens. There could be shenanigans, run-ins, and so on. So I sort of think with this one, it's got to be the bloodline actually has to win it. I'm sort of thinking maybe Drew gets involved in terms of he attacks Seth. It could be so Cody doesn't lose it. And it furthers their
Well, we
story.
did see Drew and Heyman talking to each other, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Monday.
Yeah.
I am very
Interesting.
much leaning towards.
Wait, was that this Monday or last Monday? I thought
This
that was last
Monday.
Monday.
It was
This Monday
last.
as well. This Monday as well. They're in the back.
Or was it
Yeah.
last Monday?
Did they do
Yeah,
it twice?
Both, yeah.
Both nights, yeah.
Oh, I must have missed
Yeah.
one of them.
I
Then.
didn't see the second one. I definitely saw the one before, and I felt like that was to do with coming to get Seth and take him out from allow The Rock to beat Cody down.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Mr. Tom's comment.
I'm just going to read it before I put it on screen.
I think that's safe to put on screen. Definitely.
It's all right. It's
Yeah,
not an
Mr. Tom,
It's
that's
not an
brilliant.
OnlyFans link, so we're all right. Yeah, in a
Mr.
hoodie.
Tom, you're spot
Leave him
on,
under
right.
it's
Spot
him.
on,
Yeah,
right.
That is, yeah. We don't know who it is until that hood comes off.
yeah.
It could be anyone under there.
Could be anyone.
It's just Solo's stick, isn't it? If somebody turns up in a hoodie, it's Solo. No questions asked.
He loves it. He loves the hoodies.
He does.
Abdi, who do you see getting the pinfall? Do you see Rock pinning Seth? Do you see
No.
Roman pinning Seth?
No, and I don't see that. There's only one combination that actually works. No, there's two that works, but realistically, there's one that is more standout-ish, and that's Rock pinning Cody. I don't think you can do Roman pinning Cody because they have the match the next night. I don't think you can do Roman pinning Seth or Rock pinning Seth because he's got his title match and you can't really bury him, sort of thing. So Cody's the only one realistically that can take a pinfall, unless you give Cody the win over The Rock and you have it a straight up 1-on-1. But I somehow don't see that happening. If that does happen, I will be very scared at that point. I would be, because I would be like, "Oh no, he's won the first one. Are they going to give him the second one? I don't know. I am. Yeah. So yeah, I see The Rock as pinning Cody rather than anything else coming out from that match. And I feel like it will be shenanigans in terms of it will be both nights. I feel like it will just be the most overbooked nonsense that you will see, and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna be there for every single second of it, unless things end very poorly. But
It will dictate my mood for the next week, the result of both these matches.
yes, for the next forever, I guess.
Ollie, it's been heavily rumored that Stone Cold, John Cena, all these people are going to show up in the match. How do you see it going? Is it just going to be Bloodline, Rock and Roman versus them two? I
don't know.
can't personally see. I know John Cena's teasing the hell out of everyone on his Instagram.
I'd love to see it.
That's
Don't get
just
me wrong. I'd
John
love
Cena
to
trolling.
see, these names, these big names coming back, things like that for appearances and whatever else, shenanigans, as you're saying. I don't think it will now. I'm sure he teased something before. I can't remember what it was. He was teasing something a while back, and then nothing happened. So, but then you never know. That's what I said to Nighty before. This is what I love about wrestling at the moment. The six of us on here, we could all have an opinion on it, and it could be all six of us could be wrong. And there was a time where it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Probably half of us would be right and half wrong. But now it's you can't predict it, and that's what I like. And it keeps us talking, which is good. It's what they want, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I can't see them coming back. But it would be amazing. Like I think me and Nighty have said it with that glass shattering and Stone Cold and it'd be
quad bike, everything.
Be that The Rock doing that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Goosebumps. So I would like to see it, but I don't think it will.
If they do that, I feel like that's more night 2 rather than night 1.
Yeah,
because I feel like that's more the crescendo of everything. They've still got another main event to go afterwards, so I feel like that's where you get the Bloodline rules, and then afterwards it's Avengers Endgame. I saw a cool video last night that someone made. Where it was,
I saw that as well. The animation was shocking. It still looked really good. Yeah.
It made me chuckle. I was like, "That's beautiful." I hope that happens.
I think in a perfect world for me, Cody is pinned by The Rock night 1 to set up Bloodline rules for night 2, because I think that makes night 2's main event more interesting. And I reckon it will be a complete shenanigans Bloodlines rules. Seth gets taken out by Drew, rada, and it leads to that crescendo of nobody else can stop him, and Cody finally fights his way to get that pin. That's my hope, because if Cody doesn't win, I will be fuming.
Yeah.
I've wasted 2 years of my life on this.
I just run around to get your predictions because I've got to rewatch it to write them all down anyway. So I'm going to go Rock and Roman. Jill?
Rock and Roman.
Craig?
Rock and Roman.
Ollie?
Rock and Roman.
Abdi?
Rock and Roman.
And Tariq?
Clean sweep.
Yeah, there you go. We're getting a point there then, hopefully.
That's an easy one. You don't have to really worry about that one.
That's night 1. And, that's pretty stacked. So moving to night 2, well, I'm just going to grab predictions for this match because if there's ever a toilet break, I feel it's this one. I don't know if I'm being harsh here. I feel this is the toilet break match.
You normally do have that one match where you're like, do you know what? Really can't be bothered. I'm going to the toilet.
They've got 1,000 promo packages now. You can literally go in there now. Like,
true.
The amount of delays, like it takes like 5 minutes between each thing. So it's basically commercial.
10-minute entrance, you could definitely go to the loo.
I used to go with the Undertaker. I'd be like, I'll be back quickly, and he'd still be halfway down the ramp.
I'm just not invested in it at all. The Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Does anybody want to speak about it?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll quickly say I don't really speak about the build because the build sucked. But in terms of the match, I think it'll actually be it'll be a cool match. I think it'll be a fun match. It's a street fight. They're big beefy boys. They'll be flying around. They'll beat stuff over each other, kendo sticks, chairs, all that stuff. You might get some table spots. Bobby Lashley can throw some people around. Montez can do some crazy stuff, jumping off stuff. I'm trying not to cuss. But yeah,
I think we're way
I think it'll be a fun match. I don't think it'll be long. I don't think it'll take up the spot. I feel like it's a palate cleanser in terms of you got a lot of stuff, a lot of heavy stuff. So just have some fun, just breaking stuff over people's backs. That'll be fun.
B-Fab Scarlet Cat fight in the middle of the ring?
Probably, yeah. You can find the crowd if you want to at one point as well.
I'll be there for
It's
that.
Philadelphia. They love it.
I'll be there for that.
EC dub.
Just want to welcome BX Gunner into the chat. He's late. Shockingly.
Hello, mate.
You need to rewatch and come back. Then we've got Mr. Tom saying they'll break out the kitchen sink.
Save time though. I'll just say my prediction is
Yeah,
the
go
Pride.
for it. Who've gone for? Sorry,
The Pride.
the Pride. Oh.
Yeah.
Cool, Jill.
I really don't know on this one. For the fun of it, Karrion Kross and his faction.
Cool. The Last Testament. That is, I think they're called.
Yeah, Final Testament.
Yeah, Final Testament. That's it. Craig.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Final Testament. I think. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't lose sleep over if the Pride won it. Not too bothered with the result, but yeah, if I had to pick, Final Testament.
Ollie.
Yeah, I want to go with them as well. Not too fast either way, but I'm going to go with the Final Testament. Yeah.
Cool. Tariq will be back in a second. He's just breaking his fast, so I'll grab his predictions after. Right.
What about you, Jonesy?
Sorry. Oh yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. That's how I'm invested in it.
Why are you trying to slip out?
I'm trying to skip this one.
Result in later,
I'll go for Cross.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
Karrion Kross.
You don't think Big Bobby's going to get the win?
No, I just think they're rebuilding him, but I'm not too invested.
I see Big Bobby putting the spear, the hurt lock, all of that stuff, and I feel, come on, big baby face win. Okay, fair enough. I'll take the point. Thanks.
I do feel it's becoming the end of the Streets Profits, though. I think Montez Ford needs to break
I don't think
away.
it is. We've been saying that for the longest time. I don't think it is at the moment. They tried to turn him heel. It didn't work. They love them. They work together, and I feel like with the tag team titles getting split this weekend, they have the opportunity to get back into that tag title scene because they haven't been in it for a while.
Make things better.
Yeah.
It'll give everybody something to do.
Mm.
It just feels
More
like a
focus
filler
on it.
fight. I like it. It's interesting. It's different, but really. Feels like the Judgment Day Edge kind of feud all over again, but just with different people. That's kind of the impression I get.
It'd be interesting to see. Well, I'll come back and hopefully it's finished. So the next match we got here is LA Knight and AJ Styles. Now, this one I'm looking forward to just because.
Did you see the content from WWE World today? They had a fight and AJ Styles left with a bloody nose after LA Knight attack.
Yeah,
I saw that.
So AJ will be giving him a receipt, I feel, Sunday night. I don't know where this goes, to be fair. To me, I feel AJ needs to win too, because he needs to get back into that main title picture scene, now leaving the OC and stuff like that. Ollie, I'll start with you. Where do you feel this one could go?
I don't know. I want to lean with LA Knight. I like him. I like his energy. But AJ is AJ. You know, me and Knighty talk about him a lot. I've never always been his biggest fan, but what he does in the ring, you know, I won't deny. You know, he's very talented, you know, wrestler. Tough one to call, but I think it could be, you know, a match of the night contender, and that's saying something with the main event on the card here. But it could be a dark horse for match of the night. But yeah, it's tough to call. Don't know where to go on that one.
So I'll come back for your prediction anyway.
Yeah.
Abdi, where do you feel? Do you feel this is LA Knight's time now?
Yeah, that's my prediction basically. I feel like LA Knight, his momentum has cooled slightly a bit. Like it wasn't as rampant and hot as it was in the summer of last year. It's cooled slightly. I still feel like he's got it. I still think the crowd's behind him. But I feel like that whole world title feud with Roman kind of slowed things down a tiny bit, and it's harder because the only way is down after Roman. So yeah, I feel like a big win against AJ Styles is something that he can get. I feel like a lot of people thought he might have been in the US title picture. I thought he would have been, but from when I was looking at Elimination Chamber, a lot of people still saying, "Oh, they'll probably do like a multi-man ladder match." As soon as I saw it, I was like, "No, they're split." That I saw exactly what happened. The triple threat. I said these three interacted with each other. Those LA Knight barely interacted with Logan Paul. I don't think they even touched. And AJ Styles came and cost him. Even still, at that point, I still think it didn't make sense for LA Knight to go into that US title picture. So what we got here, it is what it is. I wouldn't say I'm not that hyped for it. I'm just sort of like, yeah, it's there. It's cool. I'll probably like on the night, but it's not that match that I'm really looking forward to. I'll enjoy it, but it is what it is, and I feel like it's going to be a big one for LA Knight.
Cool.
AJ will be fine. It's AJ Styles, you know.
Yeah, true. But I think I just personally like AJ Styles a lot more.
I personally like AJ Styles probably more than LA Knight as well, but it's just a prediction.
I just haven't got on board with LA Knight. I don't know why. He just hasn't.
Fair enough.
Just hasn't clicked. But maybe it changes my mind this match, maybe, and see how it goes with him. But it'd be interesting.
Maybe.
I love both AJ and LA Knight, but does anybody else feels like this is a cat fight, like handbags at dawn, really petty?
bit like a late night WhatsApp group chat about Goldust.
Yes.
Hey, I don't mind having that conversation.
I woke up this morning. How many messages was that?
It
was well over 100.
It was an interesting conversation.
It was
an interesting conversation.
We'll park it there because we'll get carried away.
Yeah, I ain't going through that again.
But it just has that petty feel to it. It feels outlandish, but it's what I like about wrestling, that it's not something you'd see. Well, it is. People turn up at each other's houses and fight, but you wouldn't in real life see somebody fly 30 hours to Australia to attack somebody with a chair. Like
pettiness of the year.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a hater of the year match, but I think Drew still outdoes both of them.
Yeah.
Craig, where do you see this one going?
I mean, I'm with kind of Abdi and you. I agree. Like the momentum that LA Knight had was like he was well over. But you face Roman, you lose to Roman. Where'd you go from there? And I think that's kind of like maybe where you've seen it. You know, his momentum's dropped, so that's why you're not too sold him and sold on him a lot, and that's kind of where I'm at as well. Like I think he's a great wrestler. I think AJ Styles is, like Tibble said earlier. We've said a lot of stuff about him. I think it was that cockiness part when he was champion on SmackDown. He was real arrogant, and I hated him. Like I just didn't like him. But over the years, I think he's extraordinary. I think LA Knight would win it. I think with everything that's going on, he needs that because the momentum's gone. He needs that kind of big win on the main stage. But I wouldn't be upset if AJ won it either. But if I had to choose between the two, I think LA Knight needs it a bit more, doesn't he? So
I'm kind of agreeing with what Mr. Thomas has said here, that he lost to Roman and then The Rock came back and it just...
After 5 minutes, the TV.
Yeah.
It exposed him a bit, on the mic and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people feel like he sounds like The Rock, and then you get the real thing, and then it's like, oh.
To be fair,
no.
I don't think anyone could follow The Rock. So
yeah.
Tariq, I know you went with LA Knight. You messaged me. Craig, you going LA Knight as well?
Yeah, I'm going LA Knight. Yeah.
Jill.
LA Knight, but I don't mind either.
Okay, Abdi.
Yeah, LA Knight.
Ollie?
Yeah.
I go Knight.
Right.
LA Knight.
I'm going AJ.
Ooh.
Oh, he's done a Becky.
He's done a Becky.
Then we now move into the triple threat match. Logan Paul, KO and RKO, Randy Orton. Interesting match, to be fair. It's another one. I don't mind whoever wins this one, to be fair. I think Logan Paul brings quite a bit to the championship, even though he's not as round as much as the other two. I feel he won't drop the title just because of where SummerSlam is happening in his hometown.
Cleveland.
Interesting one. I'll give my prediction now. I'm going to go for Logan Paul to retain. But I'll get your thoughts, Ollie, first. What do you feel about the match and your prediction?
Well, I like all three of these. I like all three of them. I know a lot of people don't like when these people like Logan Paul come into wrestling. But if you didn't know wrestling and you watched him in these matches, you wouldn't know he wasn't his background. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I think he could nick the win. I'm gonna call him to nick the win. Probably some underhanded tactic like normal.
Bottle of Prime.
Maybe KO and Randy Orton fighting amongst themselves in the end. I know it's triple threat, but maybe they might just get the better of each other and Logan just comes in and nicks it. I can see that kind of match for that.
Cool. So Logan for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Jill, what are your thoughts on the match and who might win it?
I don't know. I'm quite looking forward to it. I love all three. One, are the brass knucks that Randy put in his pants the other week going to come into play? Because obviously he kept them. Two, who the heck's car did Logan steal last week? And surely he should be arrested.
Good point. Yeah.
I really don't mind who wins. I like all three. I didn't think I would enjoy Logan being back as much as, or Logan being in WWE as much as I do. It makes sense for Logan to retain, but then also, I don't know, KO, Randy, they've not had a championship for a while, so I'm really undecided on this one. I, again, don't mind who wins. It would make sense for Logan to retain, so I'm going to go Logan, but I don't mind.
And Craig, I know Ollie touched on it as well. Logan Paul, his in-ring ability since he's joined, like you say, you wouldn't notice him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he had been there for years.
I think anyone who disagrees with, he's earned the right to get this WrestleMania moment. He's worked his arse off. He's had some great matches. And, if you were new to wrestling, if this was your first time watching it or whatever, you'd think he'd been in it for donkey's years. The fact that he's working with KO and Randy, they've both seen something to want to work with him as well. Spoiler, it's scripted. So they clearly want to work with him as well. They know, Logan knows that they can make him look better. I think it's going to be a great match, isn't it? It's going to be. My heart says Randy, but I think based on where SummerSlam, but then could he lose it and win it back at some. So actually, do you know what? Balls to it. I'm going Randy.
Go on, stick to your conviction.
Yeah, I'm going Randy. Yeah.
And Tariq, I know he's on a different show, but Ricochet versus Logan Paul for the US title. I know they've built Ricochet up, and he can't really. He's on Raw, and the title's on SmackDown. Is that potentially something, if Logan Paul was to keep the title and move on, is that an opponent you could eventually see him face at SummerSlam if they work it? And would you like to see that?
That'd be I'm thinking that probably sounds like a lock for a match because of in his hometown and everything. It'll be one of them ones where it'll be high flying, and their match that they had previously for the title was fantastic. It could be, I'm not saying it's going to be the main event, but like Clash at the Castle became Drew's main event type thing. This could be something where they celebrate Logan Paul. You don't get booed out the building. And have that match where it's highlight of the night type thing, but Logan Paul sort of would retain at SummerSlam sort of thing. That'd be good.
And who are you going to go for?
I'm going, well, I like a couple of said, with the heart would be giving Randy Orton the feel-good moment, but I think me and Jill have been chatting on when we were watching SmackDown and Raw late night, just messing what's going on. I'm the same. I think that the brass knucks that Randy took, he'll go to hit Logan, but KO will be behind him. And he'll do the old
Logan will duck.
Throw Randy out the ring and then take the sneaky 3 count.
Interesting.
Talking about Logan, 2 things. One, I know of people that have got back into wrestling because of Logan, because he started. And 2, he's just released a podcast with Triple H, actually. It's just gone up.
So
more content for me to be sinking my teeth into after this.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I'm running out of time here, guys.
Abdi is not sleeping this weekend whatsoever.
I probably aren't. I'm not. My sleep schedule's already whack because of Ramadan, but come on.
I'm like, I'll sleep next week.
I'd watch all the Logan Paul, his podcast, that Impulsive. I would recommend, if you don't watch it, just watch all the old ones. Because we're not allowed to listen to music in Ramadan. I've just been having that on.
Just watch all the ones he has with the wrestlers. He's had Cody on there before. He's had Seth. He's had Roman. He's had Triple H before as well. He had Randy recently, really, and he had Rhea as well.
The Ray one was really good.
Oh yeah, he had Ray as well.
The Rhea one was fantastic.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Abdi, what's your thoughts and your prediction for that match?
My thoughts on the match. I'm enjoying it. I like the build. I like Logan. I know some people aren't really big fans of him, but I'm enjoying what he's doing. He's kind of changed up his style in terms of he's trying to fit a bit more in terms of, rather than being that viral sensation guy that does big moment, big spot every match, he's trying to become more of a wrestler, like a actual just standard worker. And I have noticed that his match against Kevin was slightly different in terms of that. And I'm not sure. Some people have been struggling with the believability of it, but it is what it is. I still enjoy it. I still like Logan. He's doing fantastic, and I think he walks out with the US title, and I think he sneaks it. A triple threat match is perfect for him. I feel like Kevin and Randy focus on each other at some point, and he sneaks and steals the win and retains and gets out of there. Cool. And there's a possibility of him sticking around. I know he said he signed the contract recently, and he said he's trying to do full time a bit more. I don't know how true that is, but he has been there pretty much weekly. There has been the odd week where he wasn't there, but he's been there pretty much weekly for the last few months. And also, do not forget, WrestleMania, unfortunately, the ring sponsor, Prime.
Talking about Prime, I'm calling now either KSI or one of his friends is going to get involved.
Yeah, KSI is definitely going to be.
KSI Revenge.
Yes.
Interesting.
Especially on Randy.
It'll be definitely an interesting match. There's a lot going on, and we'll have to look at that big.
He took the RKO like a champ, by the way.
Really did.
He took that well.
He said it genuinely hurt as well. Like he didn't
That's good. That's a good
expect it to hurt as much as it did.
Right, and then so the next match we have the women's WWE Championship. Tariq,
Let's go.
This this is going to be a great match. I feel, Io Sky and Bailey both, I could say, veterans now. They've been around for ages. They know the business. They know how to put on matches. Do you see this is Bailey's time now?
Yes, I do see her. Is it time of putting her put as a champion? I think they'll go the full hog in terms of she'll have a brilliant entrance. It'll be one where it's a classic match, a bit high flyer, Io versus Bailey's Matt style. It will mesh, and because they've known each other so long, it'll be one where you could tell the chemistry. But I think it would be, end of the day, it'll be one where she probably would go back to, rather than doing that rose plant, it'll go back to doing the Bailey to belly type finish, something like that. Off the second rope would be fantastic.
You love a finisher off the rope, didn't you?
Yeah, going back to the Sasha and Bailey NXT matches, the first match, because she's, I know you guys probably think the same. It's like Bailey's come across as not like, I don't know, you think she would have won the Rumble, gone out of Damage Control, and it would have been one where the fans get behind her. It'd be like that babyface hugger type feeling. I think it seems like they're trying to just get to Mania, and she's been a bit sort of stale as well. So they've let it go.
I think she's stuck in her identity at the moment. She doesn't go two-face. She's still a bit heel. So I think they need to do something, rebrand her a bit.
Yeah, go full hugger at WrestleMania.
You reckon back to full hugger mode?
I would love it. I'd love it.
Hugger, but close.
Interesting. So you going for Bailey?
Definitely. I'm a Bailey fan. I'm wearing my Bailey's a role model T-shirt for the watch along.
Craig, what's your thoughts and prediction?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great match. I think, again, there's that sort of, I know there's been no daughter chat, but it's still got that feel of, hatred, the betrayal and all that sort of thing. I see Bailey winning it. I think it's her moment to have the title back. I genuinely think it's going to be a great match.
Wicked. And you're going for Bailey, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Jill?
Yeah, Bailey for me. I think she's deserved it. She's worked hard. She's done a very good job with Damage Control and as a heel. But I think she needs that refresh, and I think being champion will allow her to do that. Io's title reign has been very lackluster. It's felt a bit like it was put in place to get to this point, if that makes sense. But yeah, I definitely really want Bailey to win. I love Bailey. I think she's great. And I'd like her to be champion. So yeah, I'm going Bailey.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bailey as well. I just feel Io doesn't have the ring presence of a champion. I mean, when was the last time she done a really good promo? I know the language barrier and stuff like that, but I feel WWE haven't helped her with that entirely. To me, it's felt like Dakota's the champion. I don't know if any of you guys feel the same.
Not necessarily.
I just feel they've done Io a bit dirty, but we'll see. But I reckon Bailey to win. Ollie?
Yeah, I want Bailey to win. I'm just wondering if maybe they might use the emotion side of this. The emotion will get the better of her, and it will cost her. But I've liked Bailey, from the off. I've liked the different faces she's had. What you were just saying with Dakota kind of seems like the Bailey of Damage Control now. She's like the leader, isn't she? Yeah, it does seem like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and I hope Bailey wins it. Definitely.
And Abdi, your thoughts and prediction, mate?
So my thoughts on this is that Bailey will come out on top, as everyone else said. I think this is a very personal feud in terms of how it started. It has had that long-term feel, the long-term build, and it's actually been one of the highest-rated segments. And when SmackDown's on, it's usually the Damage Control stuff outside of the Rock stuff. Before that, but the Damage Control stuff has been high up. I do agree to a certain extent with the Io title reign. I feel like it could have been better, and I feel like they could have given her more of an opportunity to show what she can do, because I do think she does have the ring presence. She does have that charisma to be the champion, and everyone was very excited. Like I was there when she won the Money in the Bank briefcase. I've literally got, I think I've got the footage of exactly when she got it and brought it down, and I was celebrating. I was happy. But yeah, she I feel like she has been done a slightly dirty because it's more been focused on damage control rather than her as the champion. And I feel like in the last couple months, to be fair, she's kind of stepped up, and the matches she's had with like Michin and Naomi has really showcased what she can do. And I feel like this will be another great match and a way to sort of cap off her title reign. I feel like she will get another opportunity down the line, but I feel like for now, it's Bailey's time. I don't think for Bailey it will be a long reign really, but she'll get, do her thing, get that big win, and I don't think she'll go back to Hugger necessarily. She might as a special thing for the show. I don't know, but I feel like she herself has said it as well that she's kind of past that. That was a thing that she'd done in the past, and it's kind of like going backwards. You don't necessarily have to go backwards for that sort of situation. I know she really wanted to get Paramore, but I was reading during the show as well that they probably won't be at WrestleMania because of scheduling conflicts. So which is unfortunate because I feel like that would have been her thing. Yeah. But as for her entrance, we'll see what she does. She might come back with the Hugger. I'll pop for that because I love the Hugger Bailey, but it is what it is if she doesn't bring it back.
Cool. So Bailey for you as well then, yep.
Bailey for me, yep.
Excellent. Right, so last two matches now, guys. We're almost there. Pack card. So yes, Seth versus the Menace, Drew McIntyre.
Daddy Drew.
I tell you, they've built Drew perfectly this WrestleMania and for this.
Surely he signed it. Surely he signed it.
Still, or he's just paying. If he does a CM Punk and walk out with a title, that'd be brilliant as well. But no, I personally feel Drew will win this and Seth will take a break. I don't feel he's fully recovered. Because you can't. That's something you can't get off of without. I know he's had an injury break, but I think he just needs a natural break. But yeah, Drew for me. I'll start with you, Ollie. How do you feel this one's going to go? Do you feel this is Drew's time to win a title in front of a big crowd?
I do, but I think there will be interference from his best mate, and I think there'll be a cash-in. This is where I think the cash-in will be.
Okay.
I think he'll win it and then get screwed over by Punk, and then
oh my God,
Beast will cash in.
Yeah, that would be.
I would love it. I would love it.
Punk is the commentary, isn't he, for this?
Exactly.
Yes. He's around.
I think it could happen. Like we say, if Seth needs to, have time out, surgery and whatnot, drop the title, and then who better to screw Drew over?
If that happens, Ollie, I'll give you an extra point for that.
Well, I was with.
There we go.
No, people can back this up because me and him have spoken about this. Okay. So it's not me trying to jump on his coattail.
No. Yeah.
I genuinely, we've spoke about this, and I genuinely believe, Drew wins it. He gets his moment in front of the fans, but then Priest comes out, cashes in. Yeah, boom.
If Punk doesn't cost one of them, they will have failed miserably. Because the whole story is built up to that point of who does Punk hate more?
Yeah. And we can be in there.
I think Drew will win. I hope Drew wins. I think Seth needs the break. But I don't see Drew actually leaving as champion. I think there will be a cash-in attempt at least. Although Rhea did say something earlier. She was like, why does everybody assume he's going after Seth? So, interesting.
Well,
interesting indeed. Tariq, where do you feel this one's going?
I was originally thinking it'd be the first night Seth will pick up an injury caused by Drew. Not a proper injury, but it'll be one where he fights and he's struggling. And that's where Drew beats him up and wins. There might be shenanigans with Punk, but Drew ends up taking it. But because I was thinking when they've announced the Clash at the Castle at Scotland, maybe that's to get him to sign and he'll go in as champ. But now what Ollie said, I think that sounds more, it'll sound more ideal where he wins it, loses it in a cash-in, and then sort of like Daniel Bryan when he won it originally. He lost it and then he had to build. But with Drew's, it'd be one where he gets his challenge at Clash of the Castle and he actually does properly win it then. I'd be happy either way, but Drew to win.
Yeah, that could be a possibility with, you like say, Seth taking a break. Priest could cash in, win it, and then Drew wins it at Clash of the Castle. Abdi, do you have any other theories or thoughts on it?
I don't know about the cash-in stuff. My head's like gone with the cash-in stuff. I don't know when he's going to do it. It doesn't feel like any time is the right time for him to do the cash-in.
That's true.
Personally, I feel like somebody else should beat him and take the briefcase away from him, because at the moment I'm not feeling it with Priest. At the time, maybe in the summer that was the right time to do something. You could have done a whole switcheroo thing with Finn cashing it in, winning it, and then Seth could have got the title back down the line. It would have made it a little bit more intriguing. But with that hanging it over everything, it does make me concerned a little bit in terms of the last 2 title matches, that something can go down. I don't think it'll be for the last one. I think if it was going to be for one, it'd probably be this one. Or if it's going to be for the last one, it'd probably be on Raw or SmackDown or something like that. It won't be on the Mania show. I think it'll probably be on Mania, Raw after Mania. But as for the actual match itself, Drew is the heavy favorite, and Drew is going to be the one that comes out. It's the safest bet that you can make pretty much all night. Everything just flowed in that direction. Seth is carrying too much on his plate at the moment with the whole bloodline, Cody and all that situation, with the Drew situation, Punk sort of chirping in the back of his head. He's carrying a bit too much, and it'll come crushing down around him, and Drew's going to make him pay for it. Gets his big win, gets his world title, and probably carries that into Clash at the Castle.
Cool. So we're all Drew here then.
All Drew.
Yeah.
Can I just say, this is the biggest fumble of Money in the Bank I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I was really excited when Damien won the I thought it'd be really interesting, and they've just mucked it up at every possible opportunity.
Yeah.
They can save it. They can save it. They just have to figure it out. They've got 3 months to figure out what they want to do, and you can do a lot in 3 months, and you can turn things around. So we'll see what happens by July 6th. You know,
what is when's the castle thing again? It could be a cash in.
June 15th.
It could be the cash in at the castle, and sort of take it away from Drew in Scotland. Imagine that. That'd be fantastic.
I like that.
Right up and go.
I personally think they might do it there, or they might hold off. But I feel like Punk is on his way back, and I feel like he's coming back a lot quicker than before. And I think we might get Punk versus McIntyre at the Castle, possibly, which will be a big money match.
I hope you're watching.
He also said they might try the cash in on Monday Night Raw instead of at the match on Sunday, which would be
and I feel like that would be a bigger moment in terms of, because when you want to do the cash in at WrestleMania, you want to do it like Seth Rollins, but you can't do it better than him. He's already done it. He's already raised that bar. If you want to do that cash in, you got to do it probably Raw when more, well, I wouldn't say more eyes, but a lot of eyes are still on the thing, and people want something like a moment on Raw after Mania to give it something.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be interesting. Like I say, and this is what's great. What Ollie mentioned earlier. All 6 of us here cannot predict what's going to happen. We can predict who might win, but as regards with how and who and why and when, we have no idea. We're just giving you our thoughts and feelings. So now the big one. Will the story finish? Will we be acknowledging the tribal chief Monday?
No. I will cry. No.
Ollie, I'll go to you first, mate. Your thoughts on the match? I mean, it's built up. We've talked about how much has been built up. Where do you see this going, and who's winning?
Well, I think most of us said from the night before that Rock and Roman will win that match, which obviously then means Bloodline rules. Ramifications of that, it could be shenanigans. I like that word being thrown around a lot tonight. I think it's hard to call. I mean, totally out of left field again. What if there was a cash in that one? Completely flip it on its head, at the end of that, or is The Rock going to turn face? Is he going to turn on him? I said to Craig the other week, this whole final boss thing, is Roman going to like that? Because he's the tribal chief, he's the head of the table. Is he going to like The Rock being the final boss? There's so many. So much could happen in this one. There's a lot to think about, I think, and it'll be interesting to hear everyone's opinions. on this one, so far away.
So who are you going to go with just for?
I'm going to say Roman.
Yeah.
I think he's keeping it still.
Yeah.
Not saying I want that, maybe,
Yeah.
but I just think that's where it will
Well,
go.
I'm going to go with Roman, and I want that.
Question for you though. I just want to understand it though.
Yeah.
Why do you? I understand if people don't like Cody. That's fair. I respect that. And people like Roman. That's fair. I respect that. But why do you want Roman to win?
Because I love the shit housery of it all.
You just want to see the world burn, don't you?
I just want to see the world burn. I love these people crying. I love these people crying.
In your fingers,
He makes out he's the sweetheart of X, but he's actually an evil bastard. Yeah.
Listen to me. But The Rock showing them kids crying on Raw was right down my street.
I was like, brother, this guy is sick. I was laughing, but my heart was going at the same time. I was like, this man is sick. This man is sick.
Yesterday. He was
just-
speaking to a kid and started yelling at them.
Brother got cooked by a kid. He was like, Roman, you didn't win the Royal Rumble, Cody did.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. But I just like Roman. I just like the persona he brings. I love the heel being the champion. I think I've always been like that. Back from when Triple H used to hold the belt with Stephanie and Vince and all them, by his side and all that sort of stuff. I've always been a heel guy. So. And plus, my missus loves Cody Rhodes, so it'll just piss her off even more.
I say this to you. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years, brother. Let us breathe.
It could be another 4. I'll be happy with that. But yeah, Roman for me.
I think it'll kill the business if it was another 4, genuinely. It's very dangerous territory with whatever comes out of this match. The result is so. But go on, continue.
It's going to be very interesting because we can't tell. Everyone can say Cody will win, but we're never sure. We all thought he would win last year, but you never know. You just never know. Jill, what's your thoughts?
I don't care what happens. If Roman wins, I fully admit that I'm going to murder the nearest person because I like Roman. I think Roman works really well, but it's been 4 years. Please change it, please. He's done 11 matches in the last year. He's not wrestled since Royal Rumble. He's hardly there. I know it's his schedule, but it's frustrating. We need that change. Roman needs to go off, refresh, come back, be it a babyface, be it a heel, whatever he wants to do. But it needs to stop because I just can't anymore. And I like the idea of Damien cashing in. I know it's going to be shenanigans. I just don't want Roman's reign to continue. They may want him to pass Hulk Hogan's record whenever that is, but I don't.
That is not a record. I'm sorry, it's not a record. Third place is not a record.
I don't care. I can't.
I hate that stat.
So
it's the worst.
I'm not an angry. I don't dislike Roman. I like Roman, but I just think it needs that refresh and that change. So Cody for me, or any other variation, as long as it's not Roman.
Okay, Craig.
I would not take
how do I follow up from all of this? I don't want to piss anyone off.
Craig, let's fight.
Cody, only because me and Abdi, I think, have just spoken the last couple of weeks of that Infinity War saga feel to it. That last year was Infinity War. Everybody thought that Cody was going to win it, and Roman was like, "Nah, not having this." Slapped him down, won it. I think we get that big moment where, everyone and their pet dog comes out.
Arrow.
Yeah. And we get that big moment, and we get Cody's big moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong. If Roman won it, I'm not sort of with Jill. I wouldn't murder the person next to me. I don't think my wife. don't think the wife would appreciate that one too much. But so I wouldn't be gutted if Roman won it. I love what he's doing. I love the heel thing. But if you're kind of looking at the bloodline kind of not existing, sort of breaking after all of this is done, then I think you've only got to go with Cody, really, haven't you? So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Cody.
Cool. And Tariq, your thoughts on the match and where this is going?
Yeah, it's going to be full on shenanigans. It's going to be one where it could, like we said, Stone Cold Cena and everyone comes back. It's going to be like the Sting Hunter match where NWO and DX come in. It's going to be like that. They're going to come down to nullify the bloodline. And I think brilliant. No, it's going to be a really good match in terms of, because they've got all the belts they can use using weapons and so on. So it'll make the match go longer rather than being a bore fest. But I think with that at the end, Cody will win because and then what happened is I don't think The Rock will turn. I think it'll be one the SmackDowns after. They'll sort of might kick Roman out for failing the task, and then Rock takes over as the final boss stroke bloodline tribal chief type thing.
Interesting. Definitely a possibility. I did hear rumors that The Rock has immediately got to go after WrestleMania to shoot a film.
Yeah.
So I don't. He should be around for Raw, but I'm not so sure for SmackDown. But it'd be interesting. It'd be definitely interesting to see.
I also like the fact that Roman's said publicly if he loses to Cody, he's leaving.
I feel like that's a fake quote. I feel like that's just the quote that's been going around that he hasn't actually said.
He said it on Raw. He actually said it on Raw.
It was on the documentary, wasn't it? And then they
did he say it on there? I feel
Michael Cole.
The comment. I know they said that is Michael Cole said that. But that the quote as well. People said that it wasn't an actual quote that he said. And I feel like because they saw the quote, they just said the quote. I don't know, but we'll see.
It was definitely said in the documentary.
It was definitely, he did say it in the documentary.
Okay, if he did, he did.
Abdi, obviously we know where you feel it's going.
Do you know where I want it to go?
Okay.
I have the anxiety going with the whole situation of
will
it happen? Will it happen? I will be going with my heart. I am predicting that it will be time for Cody to finish the story, and I feel like you will be seeing that image that's in my profile picture right now. Cody with the title over his shoulder. There's talk of him probably debuting a new title afterwards, and then you're shorting it to the WWE Championship and the end of the Universal whole stuff and shenanigans and all that. You know, the match itself, I don't know what would happen. It's going to be the most overbooked mess you can think of. As long as the right outcome comes, where Cody's there lifting the title, nothing else, no cash-ins, that's it, fireworks, confetti, all of that jazz, and he walks out. The show closes, fades to black. We're happy, we're good, we're out of there safe and sound. But yeah, there is the part of me that thinks we were also certain last year they screwed us over last year, and they nearly killed us. But I'm saying it now. If they do decide to do it again, it don't make sense. Literally does not make sense whatsoever. If you think about it like this, it's been 2 years since Cody came back. Last year, he won the Royal Rumble. He got to the main event. Everyone thought he was going to do it. He didn't do it. You have him go through all of the stuff again. You have him beat Brock twice and can beat 3 pay-per-views. Didn't tap out that other time.
Don't say his name.
Okay, well, you know who. That guy. You have him face Dominic at Money in the Bank. You have him face Priest at Crown Jewel. You have him with the tag titles of Jey Uso. You have him do War Games, get the win over Judgment Day. You have him then go win the Royal Rumble again, and beat CM Punk. You have him then, just get back into this position, throw the title shot out of the way, and then afterwards come back into it when we want Cody stuff. It don't make sense for it to waste 2 Royal Rumble wins on the same person, back-to-back main events on the same 2 people, and have the same outcome both times. It don't make sense. If there was a gap in between, maybe, and Cody did something, it's a different story. You know, you had Austin beat Rock twice, but there was gaps in between. You know, and the whole story was different. You know, one was turning, one was all of that, and won the Royal Rumble. One was champion, one wasn't champion. Well, actually, Rock was champion both times. But I feel like they will do the right thing. Ultimately, I feel like they will do I feel like everything's pointing in the right direction. Cody's dropping Downstate just dropped a new Cody theme with the Kingdom, the remixed version. We'll see. I'm gonna give it a listen afterwards, see what happens. Hopefully it's good. But yeah,
trademark Renaissance era. I read somewhere.
yeah, he's calling the Renaissance era. I feel like this is his time. Everything's pointing towards it. If you do it again, I feel like you burn out a lot of people and you switch off a lot of fans, and you're having the best business
Apart from
of your life. Apart from Jonesy. Jonesy will be there just laughing, rubbing his hands together.
What's more crazy is Jonesy's had this smug look on his face when you've been talking about, oh, they can't do it to us again. 2 years we've been through this. Jonesy's like, come on, give me.
Jonesy's loving it. Jonesy's loving it.
The gears are going. What I can do to put on this show next week when it happens.
Listen,
they're laughing. I'm getting arrested.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now.
On this show next week.
I said this. I've said this both. I'll say it on here, and I said it in the group. If in the group I said if Cody does not win, I'm leaving. And if Cody does not win on Sunday, I will not be returning onto the show. This is it. Goodbye. This is my swan song, my farewell. But I will see you next week, I'm sure. I'll see you next week.
Abdi pipe bomb.
I'll give him the old Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, I love you. And then get out of the group, mate. But yeah, so that's it. Yeah, that's the predictions. It's going to be a packed show. And like I say, we're the fans. We're going to win. We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be an amazing event. I'll just quickly run through some, set revealed. The set was revealed earlier today. Well, early morning.
Yep.
It's looking quite good, to be fair.
Does look good.
Of the old WrestleMania 2000 one with the old green and stuff like that.
I like the whole feel of it at the moment. At the moment, it's hard to really tell how I truly feel about it. I only really get into it when the actual show starts, when the crowd is there, when people are walking down. Then I can actually take it in properly. But with the whole flashing lights and stuff, I couldn't really take it in because it was just so bright that I was just like, all right, I can sort of make it out, but I kind of want to look at it with the lights turned down a little bit. It's a bit too bright for my liking, but yeah, once it's all, everyone's in there and the whole thing's going and people walking down and making the entrance, then after I feel like you get a real vibe for it.
Mm. Cool. Just before we go tonight, we are going to do Craig's fun facts of the week.
Bring it.
Right. I did originally choose 7 because I, for some reason, thought there were 7 matches both nights. But one of them is a certain wrestler that we shall not speak about, so I decided to get rid of said one. Apologies, they're WrestleMania themed. Apologies if you already know them. You might have known it and forgotten it, and I've just refreshed your memory. Apart from Jonesy and Tittle, because I know this, does anybody know who came up with the name WrestleMania?
It wasn't Vince. He wanted
Was
to
it
name
Pat
it
Patterson?
something else.
No, it wasn't him. He was Royal Rumble.
It was Howard Finkel.
Yes, that's who it was. That's who it was.
I know that.
Yeah. It was good old Howard Finkel came up with the name of
legend,
WrestleMania.
the man, the legend.
What was it Vince wanted to name it?
Something stupid. The Colossal Tussle or something like that.
Just something like that.
So I didn't look that one up, to be fair.
I think it was like the Colossal
Thank God he
Tussle.
didn't get his way.
After the Kiss My Ass Club, I don't think you should name anything.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah,
Yes.
very true. The next one, The Undertaker never walked into WrestleMania as a world champion. Which,
yes,
I didn't. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, did he or didn't? And I didn't realise that. Yeah,
it's because he's won it. 13, he won the WWE title from Sid. 23, he won it from Batista. 24, he won it from Edge.
Yeah,
and I think that's it.
He
Those
won
are the
it,
3 that he won.
Yeah, he just never.
He never walked in with it. Yeah, that's what.
That's a crazy stat, to be fair. Like,
mad, isn't it?
I think it's that makes sense. He streak wins it rather than just a big match.
Yeah. The next one is The Rock holds the record for the fastest WrestleMania match win in WWE history,
Yeah,
beating Eric Rowan's in just 6 seconds.
yeah.
Which was a
WrestleMania
very
32.
much impromptu match.
Little match, yeah.
Yeah. The next
Some
one,
people forget about that.
Yeah. I did until I saw it come up, and I was like, oh yeah, it did. Yeah. The next one, still The Rock. He has never won the WWE title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's lost it a couple times though.
Yep. Yeah,
He's
never
the
won.
opposite of the Undertaker. He's gone in as champion, never left as champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even The Rock shocked about that one.
That's why I feel like he'll do the right thing.
The next one, we've got Stone Cold never defended the world title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was always that closing shot guy.
Yep. And then finally, we've got Rock and Austin and Triple H and Taker are the only Mania trilogies.
Yeah.
I feel like there was another one, but I'm not sure.
There will be next year, mate, when Roman and Cody go again.
Stop it.
Strangling Jonezy.
Stop it.
I just knew that was that. We knew that.
No. So wait, which one did he say was the second one?
Triple H and Taker.
Yeah, I know what the third one is.
Yeah.
Brock and Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
All right,
31,
apologies.
34, and 38.
Apologies on
Yeah.
that one.
No, that's fine.
There
That's
is
fine.
another one. We live and learn.
Although technically 31 was a triple threat, but
Yes, and yes.
Oh, maybe
and,
that's why.
Yes.
Maybe it's
kind of. Yeah.
Maybe that
If you
one
want
they
to.
based as a one-on-one. Yeah. Well,
Seth
we'll
got
include,
involved.
we'll include it. It counts.
It was the promoted match. That's what I'm
Yeah.
sort of basing off as well. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's why Seth kind of feels like he kind of hasn't truly main event WrestleMania, even though he had that big win. And this can be his first proper promoted main event.
Cool. Thanks for that, Craig.
No worries.
Cool. Just want to say thanks to everyone in the chat tonight. Great contribution. Mr. Tom has been there.
Mr.
Been the
Tom
whole
has
way.
been absolutely on it this evening.
Honestly.
He has made me
Brilliant
proper laugh. Yeah.
But yeah, all that's left for me to say is to thank you guys. Tariq, thank you very much for coming on, mate, and can't wait for WrestleMania now.
Well, thanks for having me on, but I can't wait for the Hall of Fame tonight.
Oh yes, yeah, tonight as well. Yeah, tonight and SmackDown. We forget there's one tonight as well, so we better set
Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who's winning, guys?
why do I feel like it might be Andrade?
Ricochet.
It's Ricochet for me.
I'm going Ricochet.
Yeah, I can see Ricochet as well.
I feel like Ricochet wins, and then they might set up something of Andrade, possibly. Maybe possibly that night too, if we see it. But maybe possibly Raw after Mania and stuff like that. We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Abdi, thank you very much for coming on tonight, mate.
No worries, mate. Always a pleasure. We'll see, depending on how things go, if I'll be back again. But let's finish the story, huh, Jonesy? Let's finish it.
Let's not. Let's carry on. Ollie, great debut on tonight, mate. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Thanks for having me on, guys and girls.
Excellent.
So
Craig,
let's enjoy Mania. Well, SmackDown and Mania.
Definitely. It's going to be a good one. Craig, thanks for coming on, mate, and thanks for your facts.
No worries, mate. Always a pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you a bit more over the next couple of nights.
Yeah.
When we're doing the watch along.
Like them, missus.
Well, I think my missus said that as well. Like, she was like, "Do you just want to move in with Jonesy for the weekend?" I was like, "No, I want to watch it from the comfort of my own home, thanks." Yeah.
Jill, thank you very much for coming on tonight.
That's okay. I've enjoyed it, and I mean it. I'm genuinely not going to murder somebody.
I feel sorry for them friends you've got coming over.
No, I wouldn't. I swear.
So yeah, for any of you guys who are still watching in the chat, we're doing watch-alongs tomorrow night from 11 o'clock. I am out in the day, so there is a risk and a possibility that I could be pissed.
The link could be wrong. It could
be low. I could be linking it to us, but hopefully you'll join us tomorrow for the watch-along. I'm sure you guys will be here. You can jump in and out whenever you want.
I'll be there, mate.
No closing words from me tonight, just a picture.
How are you? How's your day?
That should be don't fuck with the final Jonesy, not the final.
Yeah, I should have changed it. Don't fuck with the final Jonesy. But thank you very much, guys, and enjoy Mania. Good night.
Tell that to your trouble.
Enjoy, everyone.
Cheers, mate.
Good night.